So, good night. It's been a long time here, and now we're going to make a new video update. We're going to check COVID charts as a technical analysis could do in the market for the first time. So I have this phase, which means that we are going to see new lockdowns. This is B Vendetta filter, B for Vendetta. And now from today Argentina is going in full lockdowns every night. No bars, no restaurants, no parties, because the second wave is here. And now we're going to check the charts for the first time live on this channel. So I have to make quick video updates, otherwise Millennium will leave the video. And I want to show you the database I'm using to check the charts, and I have to say that I respect the new charts. What we are seeing here is not the same. We are seeing different situation, a different behavior from a statistical point of view, and we also see a different pattern here. I go into South America and I want to show you very different behavior in the coronavirus charts. So now we have, let's start with Brazil, which is the scariest chart I've seen in a long time. So for me, COVID, I was analyzing the patterns, and we have to make a job of predicting the COVID infection rates. And we check what is happening now in the charts here. The database is worldometers.info, and I want to show you the cases. Don't get alarmed because this is a linear scale, so it will keep going up for months. So what I'm seeing now, we have explosion in South America. I want to show you only 3 charts. This video will be about 3 charts, and the technical analysis, common, ordinary and cheap technical analysis, but very telling charts. And you will see that we have now in Brazil, I have a friend in Brazil which is very alarmed by this new wave, and there was a lot of noise about what were the real infection numbers, the real cases, because it was talks about the PCR test. I don't want to go there because I may get banned because of the COVID policies. So I'm going to talk only about official death numbers by the country. So I'm going to talk only about that official. I'm going to comment the trends from a technical analysis like a market analyst or a chart analyst, as if I were analyzing. So we have now complete lockdowns in Argentina from this Friday. No bar, no restaurants, nobody, no social or private meetings above 20 people. So the government is ruling out what you can do in your house. So we are going to show you the daily death numbers are out of control. You see the daily death numbers are out of control now, completely out of control. Now we have 4,000 deaths now, and if this trend keeps going up from a linear point of view, we may get 1 million deaths only in Brazil. This is not what I'm projecting. This is just a linear and stupid way of moving forward this movement from the whole 2021. So we have total deaths in the world is 2 million. If the trend continues from a linear point of view, we will have only 1 million deaths in Brazil at the end of this year. This is not to alarm you, this is only the facts. So this is only the facts. And the facts is that these numbers are different. This is completely different. We have 2.5 higher death levels than in the whole 2020 in Brazil. So I'm going to show you a very more telling story because I'm in Argentina. If you go to countries, I'm going to check a neighbor country like is Uruguay, and I'm going to show you a very impressive. So Brazil has a new variant. the Manaus variant as they call it here. So we are talking about a new virus according to the official story. So what was the amount of daily deaths in Uruguay? One death per day. Remember that number? Around 2020, one death per day. Check what is happening now. The daily cases also are exploding, like in Brazil, and Argentina is not experiencing an increase in the death rates. It's still in the lows. So check what is happening with the daily death in Uruguay. Daily death in Uruguay. 111. It was a nonsense. You could be 1111112 bang. We have a 40x explosion in Uruguay. 40x, 2 consecutive days on a 40x explosion of new deaths in Uruguay. So we are talking about a country that is close to Brazil. If you check what is happening with the trend in Brazil, and I'm going back to Brazil, which is for me the epicenter of the new wave in South America, and then later we are going to talk about USA, maybe, if you have time. But we're going to show you now that if you see the daily death rate, the cumulative death rate, it was completely going down, just like in Argentina, a very close number, and slowly in the middle of March, this stopped, the fall stopped, and we started to go up from the rest of March. So we are seeing a tiny but daily increases in the death rate in Brazil. Daily increasing, it's not stopping. So one thing is considering the infection numbers, the daily cases, and the other thing is talking about death numbers. Death numbers are very delicate, and you have to understand that this is going up. You have the daily death rates are increasing every day, but what is more interesting is that the speed of the charts is very bullish. And I'm going to show you a very telling chart for the chart analyst. If I go back to now, I'm going to, you see these waves here. These waves are very bullish, waves. But now the active cases are increasing and decreasing a bit. So I don't know what's going to happen really, but these daily deaths are very violent move, and it won't stop here. It won't stop here for me. And if you go back now to Argentina, which is a bit far away from Brazil, far away from Brazil, you will see a different chart. You see the famous WB pattern. An explosion. In the books of Sean Murphy, technical analysis, the cheap technical analysis, and technical analysis means that if you see a WB shape like this pattern, you can expect the size and the depth of the WB be projected from the breakout. So we are going to see, most likely, according to the classic WB pattern, a potential hit of maybe 30k daily new cases in Argentina. And if the WB is being formed, it is bullish in the active case chart and the daily new case chart. It's a very cheap analysis, I know, but it's like in Argentina, the story is maybe a few weeks behind Brazil and Uruguay. This is a classic, maybe a wedge pattern, but it's showing, hey, I'm going up and I'm going to increase. And now we are moving into the cold season. Winter is ahead for us. So this chart of the daily deaths will explode if we follow the Brazilian number. Are there faking the death numbers? I don't know. I'm only checking the numbers. What is happening with Bitcoin, the risk on strategies? Somehow Bitcoin is being punished between 57k. This is the high we predicted back in February, 20 days in advance, if you check the videos. And it's being punished there and being controlled. Like somebody is stopping Bitcoin in between 57K and 60K. They're not allowing them to advance. Bitcoin is no more under control. It's very under control now. It started to look more like silver, more like gold, with the way it's behaving now. It looks very, very under control now. And the same stuff is going on with gold. Gold had a massive, amazing recovery, and it went to hit this level, which is a place where they are selling. This place is around 1730. The 1730 level was a resistance before the last correction, and then it went back quickly to test this place and move up a bit above the 1730 level, and it's been there. And the Federal Reserve, JP Morgan, all are saying that they're going to keep the interest rates low because COVID is coming, because the Federal Reserve, we have to support new stimulus, and the economy and the stock market, Shane Diamond said to the shareholders, the stock market will continue to go up thanks to monetary stimulus. This is creating some hope for the precious metal community, because the United States has a big problem. So what should we expect? According to what we are seeing in the Biden presidency, there is no interest in a massive fiscal debt cap and massive cuts in the federal spending. On the contrary, we're seeing more spending coming, and this is starting to look like a Latin American fiscal problem, increasing year after year. And with a second or third wave coming, we could expect more stimulus coming from all these countries, and this will start to re-increase the pressure in the inflation rates. And if you check lately, the price of shipping rates are exploding, but all the central banks are telling, hey, we are going to keep interest rates low, but we are also going to control inflation. Can they have the cake and eat it? I don't think so. So we are going to see that they still have a lot of power. They still have a lot of power. But the thing is that this month for silver, between February and May, are terrible months for precious metals. This is a bad season. And what I'm seeing now is that after the silver crash, we also predicted live on YouTube that they want to trash silver, and we told and we warned them to all the silver short squeeze movement and all the guys there that they're going to trash the silver. We warned them in advance that it was going to happen because the pattern of 2011 was formed, and the psychological patterns of 2011 was formed in 2021. But after this massive correction from silver from 30 to 24, the price are being stabilizing here, and this is very bullish because it means that silver is continuously and slowly creating higher supports, and now we are seeing that silver is being stabilizing above 23, 24, which were very critical levels for a massive distraction of silver that is not happening. So US trade deficit hit record heights, and the other news was that the Hungary were tripling gold reserves, and they are launching multiple digital currencies in China, and they are talking about multiple digital currencies in the United States and Europe. So what this means? It means that we are going to see very impressive and massive shift in the concept of money. People are starting to learn that we are in trouble. If COVID advances, we're going to see stimulus and complete instability in the bond market, as we saw in the few months with the price of the rates went up very high. The bond market went a bit out of control. The rate went up in the 10-year shield. So this is only opinion, but we warned in advance of the crash of silver and the crash of Bitcoin. As Bitcoin stabilized a bit there at 57k, and it's still there. So they're managing the price of Bitcoin and they're managing the price of gold. Whoever is managing both assets, they are both using Fibonacci numbers. So maybe we are seeing the same quantum financial system moving or managing the prices of both risk on assets. And the risk on assets is something that you may find not acceptable, because Bitcoin could be a risk of asset for you. But so far, Bitcoin is not proving to be very safe, and it's moving with gold and silver. Now, lately there's a positive correlation. So now we are going to see a new wave, and what I'm trying to say is that we don't have the same virus. We have something different, a new behavior, a new speed in the infection numbers, a different speed in the death numbers. This is completely different behavior. This is not the same behavior we saw in 2020. Completely different. We are in new territory now, and we have to respect the unknown. Because my opinion is that if we're going to see a linear movement of the death rate like in Brazil for 2 continuous months, there's going to be panic in the market. And panic means they're going to take profits and they're going to knock the doors of the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve will print money again like crazy, because bonds will get out of control. And this is going to happen. So I expect increasing volatility from now. And what is very scary is why Bitcoin is being stopped here. This is very strange for me. And crude oil is being stopped in the 60 level too. So I'm starting to see hints of a risk of environment coming. This is my opinion. And COVID waves could be the explanation for that. I don't know. This is 18 minutes. So this is one of my cheap and quick analysis of the charts. So please follow COVID numbers, because we are seeing a new pattern, new behaviors, and more risk ahead very soon. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this channel. Please like and subscribe, because we are going to see more information coming, and a video course soon that is going to be launched very soon. Thank you very much.